Okay, so we're now looking at Salut D'Amour by Edward Elgar and the rehearsal techniques that were employed through this arrangement to bring it up to a standard that was able to be performed, which is what we're doing this evening actually. So let's just have a little play through the start of it, just so that we can get a gist of how it sounds. So that's the opening section. There's a lot in it. It's set not too high. There's a couple of high notes there, the top C's. Towards the end, where we go. So we just ensure that we're hitting the notes accurately each time. Played through that a few times. There's not an awful lot that's too difficult. The way that we rehearsed this one was just working through each of the sections. First of all, rehearsing all the notes without any of the phrasing, any of the dynamics, any of the articulations, ensuring all the notes were correct. And then adding in the phrasing, then adding in the dynamics, and then making sure we're playing all the correct articulations. So let's just play the first 4 bars without any of the dynamics or articulation or the phrasing in it, and just build it up from there. So this was how we started off. And there is a tendency that you do start playing the phrasing, because as soon as it's written down on the paper, your mind starts to pick that up. So here it is with the phrasing added in. And then we finish off by adding the dynamics and the articulation. So the ones that we're about to watch, the little crescendo in the second bar, and it's making that difference as it rises. Sometimes the instrument gets a little bit louder as we go up anyway, but it's making sure that that's shown to be a crescendo, not just a rising dynamic there. And again, towards the end of that line we've got another crescendo, diminuendo. So here we go, so this is it with everything put in. And that appoggiatura there is just turning out a little bit late, so just push it forward in the bar a little bit. And that's again how we've rehearsed that, is by perhaps first playing the notes and then adding in. And it's so important in these bars where we've got these appoggiaturas, there's a few comes back in the next section. Like we hear the grace note, a lot of the time people just play. It's important that it's valued at the same rhythm, with the same sort of rhythmic tempo that we've got. And it's a nice clear tone there on the grace note as well as the main notes of the phrase. So that's the first section. The next section was again, it was just all about phrasing. There's a little push in the first beat of each bar. So we rehearsed it as before, we'll do the first 4 bars of it, without any of the phrasing or dynamics. Then we added the phrasing in. And then we added in little articulations, a couple of accents that sit like this on the top of the notes. We just need to give a little push in the first of the bar. It's just to move the phrase forward. Bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da dum da da dum ba da dee. And we also worked out where we're going to breathe here, which is at the end of the 4 bar phrase, just before we start rising up to the top F. So here we go. And So of course we're needing to identify a place to be there. We can probably get to the end of the first phrase. It's only pianissimo, so a nice deep breath in. We'll get to the end of the first phrase, take a good deep breath there, and then play the second half of this phrase with the new air. So let's put it all together now. So this little interval is a wee bit funny, the C flat to the G flat there. That little note there, just a little bit funny, the interval. So we'll play through that a couple of times without any other phrasing or dynamics, and we'll just make sure we're hitting it where it should be. We'll just stop on the G flat there. Once more. And then we'll do the whole phrase there that precedes it. So the most important thing about this part of B is that each of these bars lasts its full length. It's 4 beat notes, bom, 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 and just ensuring that that's all even and all lasting the appropriate length. So that's just a counting thing, so we can practice it through with a metronome and ensure we're counting those 2 beats fully and taking everything to the bar length so there's no gaps. So the next phrase is exactly the same as the beginning, and then we go to D where it goes up a little bit. So just before D we've got so this top A flat, what we've done is, I forgot to mention it I think in the ranging video where we looked at techniques, I've kept this section fortissimo. The original goes up to fortissimo and then comes straight back down, but because of where it's set on the instrument we want to keep a nice big sort of column of air moving through, and we want to make sure we're supporting all these notes. So at D, we'll just play that once more. We're going to just stop on the top A here. And it's so important that we hit that top note with our lips. Some people would, or some bad habits would be to pull the instrument tighter onto your face, and that won't help. What you've got to do is you've got to buzz, get more air flowing through, buzz at a higher frequency, and really push up to that top note. And doing that will secure it, and it will make it sound ring right out across the range. So let's do it once more. And it was just about the phrase here where it goes to. So we've got da 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 dum ba dee dum ba da da dum da dee dum bum bee dum bum ba bum 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 ba bum. And all these quavers that are dotted, and then the semiquaver, just hold that end at the ending of the bar a little bit more. Adds to suspense. Where are we going? Where is it going to move to next? So we've got to bring them out just a little bit and just allow them to pull back on the tempo a little. It's a very expressive piece, this one, written for solo violin piano, so we've got to get that across into the playing, that we're playing the solo and how we're going to play it and what we're going to pull around in it. Let's have a look from, let's go from D again. Do that again, sorry. And the next phrase, we're down at the bottom register, so we're going to have to work lots of it to support these lower notes that we've got pushing forward and up to the fortissimo. So that's the things we're going to watch whilst we're playing it here. And then this next square, we've got a fortissimo on it, crescendoing all the way. It's quite hard to push. We're pushing a cello here as well, and then pull back. Da da dum ba da 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 dee da da dum ba da da dum beam bum 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 beam bum bum beam beam ba ba da 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 is the phrase we're going for. So let's just rehearse that. But the way that we've done it again. So this is a rehearsal video. We're going to look at just playing all the notes first through. So now let's put phrasing in. So we'll now do from E, and we'll put the dynamic in. And now let's take it from, we'll go back to D and we'll show you how that adds to the second half of this phrase, works up to that sort of climax. Go back to the tempo we're playing at. So we're just pushing the tempo there, identifying where we're going to go in the bar, and then pulling it back. And that's how we just play that phrase there, having a clear mind. So the last phrase, we're going up to a C here, and it's phrasing it towards the climax at the end. And that top C there, sure we've got it in tune. So a way to practice, this is quiet, so it's difficult to play it in that register at that volume. It's just a buzz on the mouthpiece, and that's all we've done here. I think we're talking yesterday, one of the blogs that we've done for this kind of thing, and we were saying that rehearsal technique you can use just the mouthpiece and establishes these sort of phrases on the lips, and that helps with your general tone, with your general playing, and especially with dynamics here. Being able to buzz quietly on the mouthpiece is a lot harder than when you've got the back pressure of the instrument, and that's why you sort of cover the mouthpiece with your pinky a little bit when you're playing on the mouthpiece, so that you've got a back pressure that's representative of the instrument. It's all an amplifier, so as long as we're playing the right thing, and we'll hopefully get the right thing out of it. So let's now just have a listen to that at the ending. So already, we're not going to play the whole length, but already you can hear the difference from just practicing that little bit, buzzing on the mouthpiece, to when we played it the first time. So that's Salut D'Amour, that's the stuff we've worked on. There is going to be a rehearsal diary that I'm going to put up in one of the blogs that I'll put in writing all the stuff that I've done as I've worked over the weeks, but these are just an idea to give a practical representation of some of the work that I've put into each of the arrangements and some of the rehearsal techniques I've used on them.